So this is Silver Falls Beach. This is where I'm parking my car. The lake is absolutely glassy, as you can see. I can't wait to get out there in my boat. I'm going in that direction till you see the end of the point there. I'm gonna hang a left and probably paddle on for a few kilometers out to my island. Absolutely gorgeous. Couldn't ask for a better day to get going than this. No wind. Last time I was here I had 2-foot waves with 60-kilometer-an-hour winds coming in. I just did not feel like getting in my boat. But now this is gorgeous. Well, here's your basic ingredients for a trip. Camera case, sleeping bag, I got clothes, I got shelter and that extra pair of Crocs for the hammock. Got myself a full-size folding table here, and I've got my my bear vault here with some food in it. I've got some groceries in the cockpit, which I'm just going to try to squeeze in amongst everything else. Inside the cockpit there, I've got my travel bag, a couple of paddles, a couple of noodles to rest the kayak on when I get there, and my dry suit, which I will not be wearing today because as of 9 o'clock in the morning here up in Northern Ontario, we were looking at like 23 degrees. There's absolutely no wind, and I don't really feel like putting on a sauna suit. If I fall in, I'm not going to freeze to death once I get back in that boat. So we're going to try to put all our gear in all at once here. So I've got a couple of extra items here that I can leave out if I don't have enough room. I've got my full-size MEC Super tarp. Huge, huge, huge tarp, weighs in at 2 pounds. The bag is bigger than any of my hammocks or anything. I've got a second bag of really warm clothes. If I choose to leave that behind, I'm not going to get into it real thick, I guess, when it gets freezing out there. But if it does drop below 0, I'd be chilly. So I'm not really going to leave that one. The other thing, of course, is this gigantic full-size folding camp table. Got my extra box in there with some matches. Well, I can't really believe it, but everything that I had, I packed. When you paddle with Steve, you're in the life of luxury, that's for sure. So, just going to show you, I guess, as I get everything unpacked here. I can't really pull the boat too far up onto shore because it weighs about 500 pounds. It was really nice while I was paddling. I would have loved to take pictures, but this camera that I'm using is not waterproof, even though I'm standing in the water. I had a ton of freeboard left over. You could probably still read current designs on the side of the boat there when I was paddling. So my guesstimation is that if I had, you know, lead gear, I still wouldn't sink even if I filled this thing right up, because it is packed full, let me tell you what. I've got the kayak nested away back here in the trees, closer to the beach, and wandering around, although it's kind of fun. Sort of loses its fun if you have to do it too much, so I always try to bring as much gear as I can in every single arm load. You may notice too right off the bat that I'm not wearing any shoes. Number one reason is actually just because I got out of the boat. I didn't want to get my shoes wet. But number two, I like to toughen up the bottoms of my feet a little bit when I'm camping. You never know when your shoes are going to get soaked and you won't be able to wear them. Yeah, just the sheer volume of stuff that I brought with me is actually quite amazing. Okay. Well, just so you can get an idea of how big my tarp is, it's this big. They have little clips here on the tarp. You can clip it around, you know, wood, ropes, whatever you got. That's going to help support the structure of the tarp, eh? Yeah, so we're working. Now what I think we're going to do is bring the tarp down on a bit of an angle all the way to the ground. So I'm going to move my table out of the way. Okay, well, here's the final tarp setup. That back corner is drooping a little bit because there was trees there anyway. The water was going to fall. Out at the side here, I've done a couple of pull-outs, and as you can see, it makes the tarp a little bit bigger for my space, just so I can lean in here and do stuff and come back. Well, you might say it's raining out a little bit. The noise, I guess, is sort of made exaggerated by the size of the tarp above us, but yeah, it is dripping out there. So I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of sit down. You can see I got myself a little bench made from a couple of cut logs that I found and a piece of plywood. There's also a piece of 2x6 out there, but it was just too big to fit in here. So I will use that for my bench when I'm sitting out there, or if anybody decides to come visit me this weekend. Anyway, I'm just relaxing out here under my gigantic tarp. I have not got a drop of water on me. I had the hammock about half set up over there, and I had to hastily throw the tarp over top of it when it started to drip. I really don't think it is going to stay rainy enough to soak anything tonight, but you never know out here, especially in springtime. But yeah, so we got a bit of sun, a bit of cloud, some dark clouds, some light clouds, so who knows what's going to happen today. I think the rain is slowing down. Alright, well, probably about 6 o'clock, maybe 6:30 right now. Standing out here on Paradise Island, absolutely relaxed. Had supper, had some Asian curried stir fry with rice and organic asparagus. And yeah, I'm just cutting up some firewood here. I'm ready to light a fire. Sun's setting right now, a little bit, you know, probably going to be up for another, I don't know, at least another hour and a half, but getting ready for that fire anyway. Just relaxing, the lake is calm as glass, listening to the CBC radio, that's what you can hear in the background. Just relaxing. This is what it's all about. I could go swimming right now if I wanted to. It's so nice and warm out still. I'm actually still sweating just from walking around, just from that sun, and it's behind trees, for God's sakes. Just gorgeous out here. Wish you could join me. Well, it's day 2. I guess it's Friday. Everybody else is just wishing they were going to be getting off work here pretty soon. I guess it's just about after lunchtime. Got up this morning around 7:30, watched a thunderstorm roll by behind where you're perched there, and walked around for a bit. I thought I was going to make a cup of coffee, but I felt tired still, so went back to bed, slept until about 10:30. Got up, had some coffee. I'm just finishing my last cup of coffee now. Threw on some sunscreen because holy cow, it's a scorcher out here today. Just threw on the shirt for the purposes of making this video, and I am just sweating as a result of it. You know what, it's only May long and the lake is absolutely frigid, but I think I'm going for a swim today just for fun. And then there's the matter of loading up the boat. Here's all my stuff. Some of these bags I didn't even open this weekend because it was not warm or not cold enough to need it. Here's all the gear. Gotta load it into the boat. And the fun begins. Alright, we're going to try a hillbilly launch. We're going to slowly loosen off the cords like you're taking out a boat from a boathouse, I guess. I'm going to slide the noodles on down, and as soon as I hop in the kayak, I'm going to go find them and fish them back up and stick them on the boat. We'll see how this goes.